Hi everybody, I'm Bailey Ingram and I'm with Simply Tech, and I'm here with you to unbox the Lifeproof Frē Case for the iPhone 5S. The case is waterproof, dirtproof, snowproof, and shockproof. Those are the 4 proofs, and those are what this case is built to withstand. As you can see, the symbols are there again, just other information up at the top, again on the side. It also tells you what it contains down here. 1 case, 1 microfiber cleaning cloth, 1 weatherproof headphone adapter, and then it has it in French. And that's the bottom of the box. Now you can also have has a flip cover so you can see what is inside of the box. Now inside of this box is, of course, the case, and that's what you wanted whenever you bought this phone. It also happens to say up at the top, the world's smartest case for the world's smartest phone. And it has a lot of descriptions about why this is the best, what it can do, and other features. Now, let's get to the unboxing part of this phone, because that is the main reason that you are watching this video. Okay, so now it's time to open the box, and this is what you've been waiting for. So I'm going to cut it down here with some scissors really quick. Okay, set those aside. Now let's see if we can get inside this. So, open all this up, and then as you can see, slides out right here. Let's put the box aside up there, and put the phone aside so you can see what we're getting. Let's have the camera focus just a little bit. Okay, so you can see the first thing that I'm going to point out is that you get this little adapter, which is for your audio. See, as you can see, that because it is going to be a waterproof headphone jack, as you can see, I'll bring it up closer for you to see. It screws in to where the headphone jack is so that it will be water resistant, and then you can just plug in regular headphones or waterproof headphones right there. So I'll set that aside. Now, let's get to the phone. This will be the front cover. So the front cover comes off by itself, and as you can see up here, it's unique. It's different from the iPhone, the original iPhone case, because it is, I don't know if you can read that, but it says works with Touch ID. There you go. Works with Touch ID. As you can see, there's a little slot here for the Touch ID sensor, so that way you can use it. And it looks like it's similar to the screen material, so that it will be able to read your fingerprint. So it has over here on the sides, it has the buttons. It has, I'm not sure how well you can see those. Let's see, you have the volume rocker, right? You have the volume rockers and the vibrate switch, and then you have these 2 knobs to protect the buttons, so that way they don't get bumped and hit apart. You will, at the bottom, you also have this part that screws off. That will be your headphone jack cover, so that way no water will get in there. See how that comes out, and then it has the hole so you can screw it back in. That'll go back in there. Right here, this little edge is so that you can remove the case whenever you have it on, and this is where your charging port is, and that will be covered, looks like, on the bottom of the part of the case. And you have cutouts for your sensors and your front-facing camera, which is important, and it looks like those are very good. And then you have your power button up top. A little fake cardboard phone. This is the paper that tells you to program your Touch ID how your manufacturer tells you to before installing the case. That means get your phone and make sure your finger is working with Touch ID before you get your case on. Otherwise, it may not work. So put that aside. Looks like we have some instructions here. The owner's manual that tells you how to do your water test, and also how to check the phone, install it, and to use it properly. It comes in French and English. So you may want to go through that before you start actually using the case. This is a little Lifeproof branded cloth that it said on the outside of the box that we would be getting, a microfiber cloth. And so this is going to be used to clean your phone and the case before you put them together, so that way they'll be nice and clean and dust free. Now this is the back of the case. and it's actually quite flimsy feeling, like it bends and moves, but it looks like it's actually going to work quite well though. It's a solid material. You have a little cover on the Apple logo cut out, and you have an actual glass camera cut out. So it's not plastic, but it's glass. So that is going to improve your camera photo quality, and you also have a cutout for the dual flash. Now it has a Lifeproof branding here with the water, the dirt, the snow, and the shockproof / drop proof little symbols. You have the cutout here where the auxiliary port goes, and you have the little flap here that is for your charging port, as I pointed out earlier. Now, as you can see, there's a little barcode in here, and I'm not sure if that is of any use to you, that little barcode, but that is probably useful if there is any problem with your phone, so I would try not to damage that or to remove that. But let's start removing all the other stuff that we do not need, such as this little cover for the back of the phone. So that we'll take that away, so that your phone is good right here. Slide that aside, and then let's also peel this away. And you might not do that as fast as I just did, because you don't want to end up damaging this at all, but it looks like it's okay and intact. So what we'll do now is install it in the phone inside the case, so we can start using it, because that's what you want to do when you buy it. So here's my iPhone. It's fully functional. I'll show you now that it unlocks, it works, and so now let's install it into the case. As you can see, also I forgot to mention earlier, it has a raised lip right here for where your camera goes. As you can see, there's a little bump. So that is to protect your camera and the other sensors in there, I believe. But for now, let's put this case together. And you do need to have all of the flaps open to open or close the case. So let's make sure you do that anytime you want to remove the case or just put it together. Also, let's clean the phone first before we end up putting it in the case. That way we have a nice clean phone and we do not damage it anyway by leaving dust in there. So we'll open this up, clean the phone, and as soon as my phone's all clean and the case is all clean, then we'll put my phone in. And it's very tight feeling. Doesn't feel like it's loose at all, so that's very good, because you don't want it to feel loose, especially if this case is going to be waterproof. We'll clean this one off, clean those little ports up there, and the little seal. And you are supposed to check the O-ring seal, which is this little green thing that goes all the way around, and right here, to make sure that they're clean. So they look good, so let's put this on. So you're going to put this on the back. You want to put the front in first, because you have to snap the back onto it, and it snaps all the way around. So if you've ever had a Lifeproof case before, I'm sure you've gone through this, but if you haven't, then this may be a new experience, and you got to make sure that's all the way around. And I would go and double check just to make sure, because this phone is going to be waterproof, and you don't want to have any problems with water getting into your case. So let's close the ports, screw the auxiliary port back in, and then as soon as that's in, you have your phone, and it should be waterproof up to 6.6 feet or 2 meters, depending on whether you use the metric system or not. And as you can see, the Touch ID is fully functional. It worked the first try, and so that is good. Also, you can see all the buttons are working. This button works, the power button, the home button works, and the volume rockers are going to work. As you can see here, the volume switch works, silent to ringer. It'll go down or up, but I have to unlock the phone to do that real quick. So you can turn the volume down, you can turn the volume up. Sorry if the video quality is not that good. I was a little too close, so I was out of focus. So I'll show you again. Up, down, volume off, volume on. And one thing that's actually weird is the volume switch once my camera focuses, is actually backwards. As you can see, I push towards, or I'll show you this way. Push towards, it goes silent. Push away, it comes back on. So it is backwards, but that is because on the inside there is a little lever function that allows this to work and stay waterproof. So that's very important. And as you can see right here, if you open the port, you are able to access your lightning charging port, and if you unscrew the auxiliary cover, then you will be able to access your auxiliary port to listen to music or whatever you would like to do. And I'll show you also right now, this little cable that we threw away earlier actually screws in, so it does not, that way your phone will be waterproof. And I know Lifeproof actually does sell waterproof headphones, so you can listen to this phone while underwater. Or if you have headphones with the curved auxiliary jack, then you need to use this because it won't reach into there unless you want to remove the case. Now you can also see, the Apple logo very nicely. It's very nice and clear, and I mean, I think I have a little speck of dust in there that I didn't clean all the way. Your camera and your flash are both visible, so that's good. You can see the Touch ID. There is a little bit of a Newton's ring. There are a couple of Newton's rings around there. It's not completely flush, but it works, so that's really what matters. I mean, you're getting functionality out of this over design, but the design is still very nice. See how sleek it is? It's not too much thicker than the actual original iPhone was without the case. And so that is one thing that's very pleasing. And you can choose between different colors, and so I will be doing further tests with this case, and I will have a review coming out soon, so be sure to keep watching and like and subscribe to this video if you enjoyed what you've seen. But for now, that is all for my unboxing video. Make sure you come back soon to see the full review and the water test to make sure that this one actually does work. And a quick disclaimer, do not put your phone in and test it before you test it in water if you want to have your phone go into water, because the instructions manual does tell you to test it in water before you install your phone. And so I would make sure to follow the instructions completely before you put this case on your phone, so that way if there are any problems with your case, you can get a refund or exchange it for a new case. So I am Bailey Ingram with Simply Tech. If you enjoyed this video, again, please like and subscribe to this video and leave comments, and I will try to respond to those comments in the comments section below. If you enjoyed watching this video, be sure to hit that like button, and also leave any thoughts or questions that you may have had in the comments section below. Also, if you haven't already, be sure to hit the subscribe button that is right below me, so that way you can stay updated with any future videos that I upload to YouTube. So I am Bailey Ingram with Simply Tech. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.